What's going on, Z Community Cuties? It's your boy Azizz Finance, and welcome back to the Personal Finance in Canada show, also known as the PFC show. Whether you've been listening to our podcast for a while now, or this is your first time, be sure that you're either following or subscribe to the pod, and share this with somebody who you think will also get value from this podcast as well. Now, without further ado, let's get this party started and dive into the episode. By listening to the PFC show, the Personal Finance in Canada show with Azizz Finance, you acknowledge and agree that me, Azizz Finance, assume no responsibility for any financial decision or decisions that you make, as it is ultimately your finances and you are the only controller of your own decisions. I am a random person on the internet and not a financial professional, so please consult with one being a financial professional before making any financial-based decision, because anything that you hear on this podcast, overall, each and every single episode, is just a sharing of my experience and are not suggestions whatsoever, regardless of the types of language or words that I use within these episodes. Again, by listening to this podcast, you acknowledge that I assume no responsibility for any decisions that you make regarding your finances. Alright, so what we're going to talk about today is bubbles. You know, not the type of bubbles your boy SpongeBob was blowing. We're talking about real estate bubbles or even stock market bubbles. And this is just going to be a personal little piece from my side, experimenting a little bit with these. So if you guys like them, let me know and I'm more than happy to keep them going. But I think I want to really just touch up on one single theme here. And, you know, you'll be talking to different people and they'll tell you, oh, there's a huge bubble for the real estate market, or there's a huge bubble for the stock market. It's going to blow any second, so don't get into it. And usually this is really the type of talk that you hear about these types of bubbles. And I'll tell you one thing, right? At least for the stock market world, you have to approach it in the way where, and I'll tell you this, right? If you, as a person, as whether you be a beginner investor or an experienced investor, whatever the case is, you have to make the realization that opinions are the cheapest form of commodity. So once you've decided that you want to fix up your financial situation, things can get a little bit confusing because you start asking yourself, okay, where do I start? Should I pay off debt first? Should I start investing, savings? And when it comes down to where to start, things aren't as clear as they should be. And this is exactly why we've written a free ebook called The Financial Blueprint for Canadians. It's actually on our website right now, so check it out. azizzfinance.ca, AZIZZ finance.ca, and usually it's the first thing that should pop up. Download it. It's literally 20 pages long, but it should give you a good idea of where to start within fixing your financial situation. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your feedback, and give me a shout if you have any questions. Alright, now back to the episode. Yeah, sure, you can hear people out, you can hear them form their fermented arguments that they've been cooking up for the entire winter that we face in Canada, but nonetheless, it all comes down to what you think. As an investor, you need to make sure that before you put your hard-earned cash anywhere, that you have done your research. You've done your analysis. You've looked at all of the factors. You have analyzed what is your probability of profit. What are your risks? When are you planning to cut losses? All of these types of things are factors that you need to make sure you're confident in before entering any type of investment. This could be real estate, this could be the stock market, and you need to make sure that you've done your stuff. Because ultimately the types of things that we hear or see on the news, social media, or even from our buddies are things that we can't really trust, because ultimately, how much more do they really know than you? It's not their money that they're going to be investing. At the end of the day, it's your money. And as we've discussed this before in our cryptocurrency and NFT segment, the number one rule of making money is not to lose it, especially in a significant amount. So, considering this, am I going to be a hypocrite and then tell you whether or not we are in a real estate or stock market bubble and then tell you what my opinion is? No, because again, I've done my own analysis, my own research. I know what's going to go down, and I would love for you to do the exact same thing. It might seem tough, but at the end of the day, I am here to help and provide guidance through our coaching calls. So be sure to hit me up if you don't know where to start. If not, and you know that you're on the good track, then just do your thing. Figure out yourself if it's worth an investment into going into the real estate market or the stock market. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. A pretty short episode, but long story short, do you filter out the noise. Alright, Z community, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Now again, if you did find value from this, be sure that you're either following or subscribed to the podcast so that you're up to date with new episodes that are going to come your way. On top of that, if you feel like either your friend, your parents, your grandma, your grandpa are going to benefit from this episode or this overall pod, be sure you swing it their way, because at the end of the day, it could just be a nice little early Christmas gift or something. But nonetheless, guys, it's your boy Azizz Finance signing out. I'll see you guys on the next one.